Hello everyone! And you thought I'd forgotten about this, didn't you? You thought I'd forgotten about Let's Level. But I hadn't. Of course I haven't. I haven't forgotten about it. I just got distracted. I got distracted by shiny shinies. You know, big shiny shinies. 2.7 launched and I had to do a bunch of stuff for that. I had to do the sorcerer stuff and the new mercenary stuff. And there was a whole lot of new stuff added in 2.7. Then I had to do the Let's Pugs for the 2 new flashpoints. So, you know, I've been busy lately, been busy. And then, of course, Elder Scrolls Online launched. What a disaster that was. Never playing that, never going back to that again. Might do another video on it later, but had to get that video out. And then there's the WildStar beta, and my god, I am gonna get down and I'm gonna do some Let's Level. So today, last time, if you remember, last time I said I was gonna discuss the commendation vendors, because again, big change. If you played prior to 2.0, you will remember that when we gained commendations, we gained commendations based on the planet that we were on. I should explain commendation tokens. Pop up the inventory and show you in our currency tab. Our commendation tokens, they're mission rewards that we get. They're acquired by completing missions, defeating enemies on planets, and you use them to buy gear, basically. And the best gear for leveling that you want will be obtained by planetary commendations. We're going to ignore basic Warzone's PvP ones. Fleet ones are for space. The basic one are the end game. We're going to ignore them for now because we'll cover them when we get to end game, and we will get to end game. Take a long time, but we will get to end game. I will get there with this character. Might have to do some leveling during double XP weekend. I haven't touched her during double XP weekend. Didn't touch her. Honest officer. Didn't touch her. That sounded a bit dodgy, didn't it? Right. So, I've gained some cartel coins for some reason. I only had 1,800 and now I got 1,997. Weird. Didn't get my 500 because that's way less than the 500. It's only gained another 100. Oh well, not gonna complain. I've gained cartel coins. So right, we were discussing commendations. If you played prior to 2.0 and are just coming back to the game, you will notice that the commendations have all been replaced by a universal currency called planetary commendations. We used to earn commendations based on what planet we were leveling on. So if we were on Nar Shaddaa, we'd get Nar Shaddaa commendations. If we went to Tatooine, we'd get Tatooine commendations. This was a problem. This was a big problem because when we had out-leveled Nar Shaddaa and we were starting Tatooine, we couldn't buy any gear. Because by the time we'd out-leveled Nar Shaddaa, we probably got level, what, 25, 26? It's a level 20 to 24 planet. So, by the time we had made it beyond Nar Shaddaa, the gear was kind of useless to us, and the Tatooine vendor became the next vendor. We'll just show you this right now. I'll just go. So all the vendors are here on the fleet. They're in the outer ring of the supplies section. You can see you've got your Balmora vendor right here. They're all in order of planet. We start from Korriban and we go straight up to Makeb. Makeb is the final vendor that we get. Makeb, the thing about the Makeb vendor, if you're free to play, is you need artifact authorization to use the gear from the Makeb vendor, but the inner ring is the end game one. That's all your end game, your classic gear, your ultimate gear, your, what is the middle one called? Elite gear, there you go. So, it's in the outer ring of the supply section. There's also a vendor on each planet that you go to. So for example, we are level 17, so we're Balmora is our level, about our level. So we would go to the Balmora equipment commendations vendor. There will be one on Balmora, and there's also one on the fleet. We're just showing you the fleet because it's more convenient. So you can see they sell gear for commendations. They are all locked by level. This is all blue gear. It's mostly orange gear. I will point out that if you want purple gear, buying these artifact storage boxes, they're not great because it is a chance. You're buying a chance to roll on a random piece of level 20, item level 20, item roll level 20. I don't know, is that level, because the item levels all changed. So we are We have 50 mods. That's another thing that changed with 2.7. Is currently we have level 17 gear, but the armoring mods have all changed. So basically now they reflect the armor rating. It used to be that you had armor rating and mod rating, but they'd done away with the mod rating. So now you can see adaptive armor rating is 50, so all the mods in this are 50. I don't like this change because we've got 50 mods and we're level 17. Requires level 17 gear. So you can see advanced, well, no, not advanced, we don't have the purple one. Commando armoring 6. Reflex, fortitude mod that we've got. Again, don't like this. I don't like this new change. It used to be easier to tell what gear you had, but I don't like this change. So we can, when we're buying commendations, we can buy generally two things. There's always an equipment commendation vendor and a mods commendation vendor. The equipment differs per planet, so you're often better just to buy the mods. That's why we want, when we're leveling, we want to be in as much orange gear as possible. Orange gear is fairly cheap these days. You can get some, if you don't care about style, you can buy them on the Galactic Trade Network. You can buy it at the auction house for very little credits. Very little. I think you can buy them for about 300-400 credits. They're not a lot. You can also go to the social vendor. You have social rank 1, which again, just do Black Talon if you want social rank 1. In a group, of course, don't solo it. But again, I have legacy bound gear, so I can just send it to my alt. Just send it to my alt and get him to upgrade it, get my other mercenary to upgrade it. For pretty much, again, you can do the same with Planetary comms. We do have the modification vendor. Again, Commando Barrel 6. Again, that's what we have, or we'll have Reflex Barrel. Commando Barrel is. It doesn't really matter between Commando and Reflex. Commando generally is the tank one, Reflex is generally the heal or DPS one. Doesn't matter where we're leveling, doesn't matter whether it's Commando or Reflex. It matters a bit for end game because we are min-maxing, but while leveling, it don't matter. We're not going to be in this gear for very long anyway. So as you can see, each piece of gear in the modification one will have two pieces. You'll have generally a piece for starting out and a piece for when you end. So we tend to have level 17, level 19 this one requires. This is a Commando Barrel 6, Commando Barrel 7. It's generally not recommended that we upgrade our gear, go from level 17 to 19. I tend to find it's just a waste of planetary comms. What you do is, if you go to the next gear vendor, which is Nar Shaddaa, you'll see that we've got level 21. Level 21 seems to be a better one to go for. It's not worth going from level 17 to 19. I don't feel that anyway. That's just my opinion. I don't feel we should go up the next tier of gear. Sometimes it's better just to skip a tier. I tend to go with the flashpoints, what they drop gear wise. So level 17 Hammer Station is what we're doing at level 17. Hammer Station drops level 17 gear. So I tend to use that as my sort of guide. The next one is Athos, which drops level 21 gear. So I won't do a gear upgrade until I hit level 21. So same with level 11 gear. I tend to go with level 11, skip level 15, level 11 orange gear with blue mods. And I tend to skip because the the Droman Cast vendor sells level 15 gear. So that's just the way I like to do it personally. Again, can differ. I mean, again, if you get full sort of Black Talon gear, which can be quite difficult to do if you don't have any alts, then you do probably going to want that level 15 gear. But the way I do it is I get my character fully geared up in Black Talon gear at level 11, and then I go and gear them up in Hammer Station gear. Eventually, I'm gonna get enough planetary comms. By the time I'm about level 20, 21, 22 or so, to be kind of self-sustaining, and I won't need an alt to help me out with gearing, which is pretty nice. Oh, I've got a mail. Oh yeah, it's probably that other speeder. I don't have that other speeder yet that we got for our subscriber
You
reward.
forgot about me.
No, we didn't, Mako. No, we didn't. Right, so again, I would suggest that you tend to skip a tier. Go from, get level 17 gear, because again, you're going to be able to do Balmora in this gear. When you're, if you have full, I've still got a few level 11s and a few level 15s right, lying around. In terms of gear, oh, level 9, we better upgrade that in a hurry. So probably will buy new gear, but I will get my mercenary, my other mercenary, my level 55 one, because he has no need for planetary comms. So right now, I'm just hoarding planetary comms. We'll talk about how to get them in a few seconds, but again, I'm gonna just, that's the way I like to level. I like to level by buying orange gear. Any orange gear will do. All orange gear is the same. Essentially, it's based on the mods we put in it. So we're gonna do that. I prefer to do that. I'm gonna get relics, but I'm gonna wait till level 25. Level 17 you can get relics. Depends on your alignment. My alignment's still neutral for some reason. But because I've done the Rat Ghoul event when it was here in January, I'm just gonna go and get the Rat Ghoul relics because they're kind of the best for leveling. So again, at level 17, you go to the dark or light side vendor, which is in the galactic trade market. There they are. There. Light side vendor, dark side vendor, depending on your alignment. Buy yourself a set of relics. Again, they're a nice endurance boost. Some of them, they do have activated stats. You can add them to your quick bar and activate them for a crit boost or a power boost. They're not really necessary while leveling. They become quite important at end game. End game relics are pretty important. So we're going to talk about how do we get planetary comms. What is the best way to get planetary comms? There's several ways we can do it. We can just do regular quests. They are quest rewards. You'll see you'll get gear. You'll get usually green gear or a planetary comm. I tend to take the planetary comm because I don't really want green gear. You know, we want the blue mods or the orange PCs. Again, we can see here the Balmora vendor only sells blue PCs. So you can see Nar Shaddaa, we get orange pieces. You get an offhand, and I think it's a headpiece. Level 23 for the headpiece. The offhand is level 22.
Good luck out there.
Just be aware. And also when you're leveling and you go beyond the level of that planet, like when we over level, if we become level 20, level 21, we don't want to be going to the Balmora vendor. We want to go to the Nar Shaddaa vendor. The vendors are still called after their planetary names, but really they should be named after their level range. But that's the thing, because we would have no choice prior to 2.0. We would have to take, if we had Balmora comms, we would have to go to the Balmora vendor because the Nar Shaddaa one wouldn't take them. But because of switching to this universal currency of planetary comms, it makes it easier to gear and level. It makes the leveling process a hell of a lot easier. So we're going to talk about how do we get planetary comms. The best way, the absolute best way, is to use Group Finder. As you can see, we have our flashpoints, which reward us. If we queue for a random flashpoint, we get 10 planetary comms. Normally only get 1 for doing a quest. You might get 3 sometimes for doing a heroic quest on a planet, which is again a multiplayer quest. Tactical flashpoints, we get 5. Not a bad reward. And we also get, I think, for doing the quest Hammer Station, we'll get a couple as well. And one of them drops off the end boss. So again, we can get about 15 to 20 comms just in one run. We can also get them from a quest that we get here on the fleet. Ooh, have I already picked up? Yep, Emerging Conflicts. Emerging Conflicts quests, we want them. They are daily quests. Again, it's complete one of the listed flashpoints, Hammer Station or Athos. So again, we queue for Hammer Station or Athos. We're going to get 5 planetary comms for doing that. Also the weekly quest, Searching for Allies. Complete a random flashpoint with Group Finder and it rewards us 10 comms. Good XP for these two. Doing these two together, so if we do these two together we'll get 15, plus if we queue random Group Finder we'll get 10. I think we get more. We'll get about maybe 25-30 comms per run. Queuing for Kuat Drive Yards as well is another good way, because every single champion enemy that you fight drops a planetary commendation, so we can get again a good amount of planetary comms. We're never short of planetary commendations. The other way you can get them is through PvP. If you do PvP and you're not leveling through PvE, you can don't worry, because there is a vendor at the PvP section that will turn your Warzone commendations into planetary commendations. I think it's 40 Warzone commendations to 1 planetary commendation, so there are plenty of ways. We're never short on planetary commendations, put it that way. We're always the maximum you can hit is 100. Don't go over the 100. I tend to get, when I get to about 80, 85, 90, I tend to start spending mine. Again, don't forget that you can also gear your companion as well. You can see our companions all in green gear. We can go to the vendor, and again we can buy gear for our companion. Bear in mind that your companion's main stat may be different from your main stat. So in Mako's case, it's cunning is her main stat. She is medium armor and cunning, so we just buy agent gear for Mako. That's what we do to gear up Mako. Again, it's better than the gear that she's going to get dropped, because there's her gear there. She does have, I think she does have a lot better stats than me because of my presence boosts. Yeah, 125 primary damage, she's got 143. Your companion will always be better than you. It depends on how many ults you have. Again, I have, what, 18 characters now? I think I have, what, 11 at 55, 11 55, and still gonna add to that probably by the time she gets to 55. So again, we get a lot of presence boost, which again makes life easier for me to level. Ooh, there's my lucky 77 speeder that I got for being a subscriber. Always get these subscriber rewards. A nice new speeder. Pop it over there somewhere. Oh, that's a cool speeder. Very nice. It's got the credit logo, and the credits fall at the back of it. No, they don't. Oh well, that's disappointing. Right, so that is all for this time. Next time we'll do some gameplay. I think we might start Balmora actually. Yeah, we'll start Balmora. Might take a little look at low level healing, but I'm gonna do a little video about low level healing, why I don't really like it. So we're gonna use this character for it, but it's not gonna be this time. We're gonna wait till level 20 to do that. So next time we'll go and check out Balmora. We'll use our ship's holo terminal. We'll do the Balmoran target. We'll get that done, and we'll go and we'll check out. Need to do Starfighter. I've never done Starfighter yet as well. I need to do that. I need to finish that weekly, which has been there for at least 6 months now. 6 months I've had this character. Only level 17. Yep, I'm leveling her very slowly. But next time we'll check out Balmora. We'll do some story quests. I'll probably skip a lot of the side quests on Balmora. I'm gonna say that right now. I'll probably go and do them all, and then just record the story quest, just for convenience sake, because then this will end up part 5,000 or something by the time we get to 55. So I'm gonna skip a lot. I'll skip a lot of the heroic quests. We'll do some flashpoints, but I'll wait till level 20. We'll probably do Hammer Station or Athos when I get to level 20, because we'll just queue random for Group Finder when I get there. And we'll talk about low level healing, because I'm doing a healer guides next up, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to upload this first and then do some healer guides. So thank you for joining me for this episode. Didn't really do much in Let's Level, more of an explanation, more of a bit of a guide. We'll do more gameplay, because this is a guide and it's going to be gameplay. It's going to be a Let's Play, but it's also going to be a guide. So I want this for new players, because we want to encourage new people to try this game, don't we? We need new people. We need people coming in. Ooh, someone's doing ECSM. I may go and do that, actually. Maybe. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.